Hello, once again, welcome to Mima's Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet a crossbody bag. It's a very simple bag that is done using the knit stitch. Okay, so for this bag you're going to need stitch markers. I'm going to be using 6 of them, and if you have one color that stands out, that's fine. We need this one to mark our starting point. Then you're also going to need these two metal rings for our handle, but if you don't have them, it's still fine. You can just attach the handle straight to the bag. Then you're also going to need a crochet hook. I'm going to be using a 5mm crochet hook this time. It's a smaller size than the one that I usually use. I usually use a 6mm crochet hook, but because we're going to be crocheting with the knit stitch, this one is more easier to insert in between those V's. Okay, I'll show you later. So you're also going to need scissors, and then you're also going to need the yarn that you'll be using. I'm going to be using macrame. This is braided macrame, and you can use any other type of yarn that you have. It just has to be thick. This one is thick and also it's a bit stiff. Okay, so let's begin. So we're going to begin with a chain of 15. So this is going to be my slip knot, this one. Okay, like that. So I'm going to chain 15. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go and come back with a chain of 15. Okay, so I now have a chain of 15. So here we're going to start by crocheting the base of the bag. Okay, so that means we want our work to remain flat. So that means we'll be adding a number of stitches in each round and up until we have the size of the base that we want. So this is my foundation chain. Now I want to begin my first round. So here we're going to be crocheting single crochet. So I'm just going to skip this one here, this stitch, one stitch before the crochet hook, this one, and I'm going to insert my hook into the next, this one. Okay, so I'm going to do single crochet in this first round, pull through, yarn over, and then pull through. So here I'm going to put a stitch marker, the yellow one, the different from the rest. This one, it's going to mark the starting point, okay, of our project. So now I move on to the next chain. I insert again and I do a single crochet in the next. Okay, single crochet, single crochet. Okay, so I've just done a couple of single crochets, so I'm just going to continue. Let's meet here in this last chain here. So this, I've just brought the camera closer. So this is the last stitch, the last chain of our row. So in this chain we're going to put 4 single crochets. Okay, so we're going to put 4 so that we cater the distance that we're going to move as we turn and start crocheting at the back of the chains. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 single crochet. Okay, again in the same chain, 2 single crochet. So in this one I'm going to put a stitch marker. Okay, again 3, a stitch marker again in there, and then 4. Okay, so you can see that we have formed a curve here. So now we're going to be crocheting in the round. So we're now going to crochet at the back of the chains. Okay, so this is our single crochet and these are the back of the chains. Okay, so we're going to be inserting our hook through these holes here. Okay, here, here. Okay, so we're just going to continue with the single crochet but at the back of the chains. Okay, like that. Okay, So I'm just going to continue up until I'm towards the end and then come back. Okay. Okay, so here I'm left with this chain here, the first chain, the back of the first chain. So in this stitch, instead of putting 1, we're going to put 3. Okay, we want the number of stitches in this chain to be equal to the ones here, but here we put 4. But because we've done this one already, the first single crochet, we're just going to put 3 in this one. Okay, so that's 1, again 2. So I'm going to put a stitch marker on this one. And again 3. Another stitch marker there. So this is our first round and it's done. Okay. So you find that we have put 6 stitch markers. Okay. Like that. We have 3 here and then 3 here. So in these stitches, that is where we're going to be increasing the number of our stitches. Okay, so whenever you reach a stitch marker, you're going to remove it. This is also marking the starting point, so I'm going to remove it and I'm going to put 2 stitches in this first stitch. But now we're going to introduce the knit stitch. Okay, it might be a bit difficult to see during this the second round, but we want to insert our hook in between these 2 V's here. Okay, you have this stitch. Okay, so this is the first V in the next V, so we want to insert it in between so that it comes through here. Okay, so that's how you crochet knit stitch. So you just go on and proceed and crochet it as normal single crochet. So I'm just inserting here. Okay, knit stitch. So I'm going to put 2 stitches in there. That's 1. Don't forget to put the stitch marker back into the first stitch that you do. Again, in that stitch, I'm going to put another. Okay, like that. Okay, so I've increased my stitches here with 1. So I move on to the next stitch without the stitch marker. So now we are not inserting our hook here. Okay, we're inserting it through here. Okay, and then just do your normal single crochet. Okay, like that. Again, in the next, through the 2 V's, the legs, they sort of look like legs there. Okay, okay, like that. So just make sure that at the back here, your hook is coming through here. Okay, okay, so I'm just going to proceed with this knit stitch up until I'm at the next stitch marker. Okay, so I've done the knit stitch here, this one. Okay, so now I'm at the next stitch marker here, these 3. So I remove each one. Okay, then I insert my hook. Okay, I just did this one, so I'm going to insert through here. Okay, so in this one I'm going to put 2 stitches. Okay, so remembering to put back the stitch marker in the first that you do, like that. Again, I put another one. Okay, so this is the extra that we've just added. I move on to the next stitch marker. I remove it. Okay, so just make sure you can try and adjust so that you see where you're going to be inserting your hook. Okay, through here. I put 2 single crochets again in there. So it's 1. I put back the stitch marker and then I put another one. Okay, okay, like that. I'm going to do exactly the same in this one. That's 1. Okay, and then put back the stitch marker and then put another one. Okay, Okay, so we've just done this curve, so I'm going to continue with one stitch into each up until here. So I've done the knit stitch here, so now I'm left with two stitches, this one and this one. Remember, this is our starting point, so this is the first stitch. Okay, so whenever you reach this one, you are now beginning another round. Okay, so again in the stitches, I'm going to put two stitches in each. Okay, 2 single crochets in each. That's one. Okay, and then another one, 2. I remove this one through here. That's one. Put it back again. That's 2. So this is our second round. As you can see, the size of our base is increasing, okay, because we've added 3 extra stitches here as well as this side. Okay, so we're going to do round 3 just exactly the way we did with this second round. Okay, so just going to continue with the knit stitch. Whenever you reach a stitch marker, you put 2 stitches and then put back the stitch marker in the first, again here and here, okay, as well as these 3 here. So repeat round 2 and then come back. Okay, so welcome back. I've just done one more round, and this is the base of our back. If you have to count your stitches, you should have 44 by now. Okay, so we're no longer increasing here as well as here, but we're going to remain with this one, which is marking the starting point of our project. Okay, so I'm just going to remove the stitch markers and then continue. Okay, so now we're going to do slip stitch. Okay, so this is our first stitch, so I'm just going to remove it. So we're going to do slip stitch, so we're going to be inserting our hook through here. Okay, and over and pull through, and then pull through again. So this is my first slip stitch, so I'm just going to put back the stitch marker. Okay, again in the next stitch, like that. Okay, in the next. Okay, so this is my slip stitch. Okay, it gives the base a nice edging. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with the slip stitch right round. Okay, and come back here. Okay, so here is my base. I'm back at the starting point. You'll find that here at the sides you have 3 loops. Okay, so now we want to crochet the sides of the back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my stitch marker here. Okay, and then we're going to crochet in the outer loop. Okay, single crochet right round this one. Okay, single crochet. I'm going to put back my stitch marker there. Okay, in the next we have 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 and then 3 loops, so I'm going to put into this one the outer loop. Okay, then put single crochet again, 1 2 3, this one. Okay, single crochet in the next, single crochet, 1 single crochet in each outer loop like this. Okay, this one. Okay, this, so let's continue with single crochet in the outer loop right round up until we're back here at the starting point. Okay, so you can see that I've done single crochet right round. Okay, and starting to curve. So here make sure that you crochet into the very last stitch. Okay, this one here. Okay, this is the outer loop, and you can count your stitches to make sure that they are 44. Okay, so now we are going to continue crocheting the sides. So this is the base. Okay, this is the right side and this is the wrong side. So we're going to go back and start crocheting with the knit stitch as we were doing here. Okay, so this is my first stitch, this one. Okay, so again with knit stitch, insert your hook in between the two legs, the V's at the front. Okay, just make sure you don't forget to put back the stitch marker. Okay, and then again into the next stitch, this one, knit stitch. So we're just going to put in one stitch into each right round. We're no longer increasing the number of our stitches. Okay, we're going to maintain 44. Okay, like that. So I'm just going to continue with this round and then come back. Welcome back. So I've just finished this second round of the sides. Okay, so for our sides I now have 2 rounds. Okay, so this is on each stitch, and just make sure that you maintain the number 44. So we're going to crochet 16 more rounds so that the total becomes 18 of the sides. Okay, so I'm going to do 16 more rounds and then come back to finish up the back. Okay, just repeat this round that we just did, putting one stitch into each up until we have 18 rounds, and make sure to put back the stitch marker so that you know where you started. Okay, welcome back. So I've just done the 16 more rounds, and this is our bag so far. Okay, it's nice and it's very stiff, which gives this bag a nice shape. Okay, now we want to put the handles. So what we're going to do is we need stitch markers, 4 of them. Okay, so I have taken this 4. So we're going to mark where we're going to put small handles here. Okay, so first of all I'm going to put my stitch marker in stitch number 3. Okay, so I'm going to take the stitch marker and count beginning from the first stitch here. That's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a stitch marker in there. Okay, and then from here I'm going to put another one in stitch number 12. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to put another one in here. Okay, so here we've skipped 8 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to put another one in stitch number 25. Sorry, so this is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. This one. Okay, again another one we're going to put in stitch number 34. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34. This one. Okay, so here we have skipped 8 stitches as well as this side. So that is where we're going to have our small handles. Okay, so this is stitch number 3 from the first 3, 12, 25 and 34. So let's continue. So we're just going to continue with our knit stitch. Okay, and then also we'll put these hooks in the next round. Okay, so here, okay, again in this one. Okay, so now I've reached the stitch marker. I'm going to remove it, put it aside, and I'm going to crochet into that stitch like that. Then I'm going to chain 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and I'm going to join it into the stitch. So I'm going to remove here, and then like this. Okay, I'm going to continue with my knit stitch. Okay, So I'm going to continue, and then let's meet here. Okay, I'm here at the next stitch marker, so I'm going to remove it just as we did with the other handle. I'm going to crochet into that stitch, chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then I'm going to join into this one, like that. Just make sure that it's not too loose. Okay, let me just do this again. Okay, so I'm going to continue up until I finish this round here. Okay, okay, so now I've done this round, so we're left with doing one more round to finish off, but we also want to put these small hooks for our handle. So what I'm going to do is, the total number of my stitches I divide by 2. I have 44, so that means I have 22 and 22. So here I'm going to take a point here at the sides and put one stitch marker. Okay, so I'm just going to take this one. Okay, and then I'm going to count 22 stitches beginning in this one. Okay, and then put another one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22. Okay, so you don't put in the 22nd, you put in the next, in the 23rd stitch, like that. So this is where we're going to put our small hooks for the hand, this one. So I'm going to continue with the pattern, and also in this round we want to make sure that our handles, these ones, become more firm, so we're going to crochet around them, single crochet. Okay, okay, so now I'm at the handle. So what I'm going to do is we're going to crochet single crochet around these chains. Okay, like this. Okay, again, and just make sure that you pull them, the stitches, so that they're closely pegged together. Okay, okay, like this. So I'm just going to continue doing that, and let's meet at the stitch marker here for the hook. Okay, so I've done this handle. As you can see, it's now more firm. So now we're here at the stitch marker here. A stitch before, I'm left with this one, so I'm going to remove this one. Okay, okay, and then I'm going to take one of the hooks. Okay, and then crochet, insert my hook through it and then into the stitch, like that. Okay, again into the next, like that. Okay, so now we have our bag handle hook in place. So I'm just going to continue with single crochet. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the next stitch. So what we did here is what we're going to do here, and then with this hook, what we just did here is what we're going to do at this point. Okay, so let's repeat that and let's meet here. Okay, so this is our bag and it's done. We're now left with the handle for the crossbody. Okay, so now I'm just going to move here. Okay, and I'm just going to do a and then cut here. Okay, so this one here, I'm going to fasten it off and then come back. For the handle, I'm going to do a slip knot first. Okay, like this, and then do a single crochet here, like this. And then what I'm going to do next is I set my hook into this and then pull through, yarn over, and just pull through the first loop like this. Okay, so that we remain with 2 loops. Okay, I'm going to do that again and pull through, yarn over, and then pull through so that I remain with 3 loops. Okay, so we're going to do our handle in this way. I remove all, then I yarn over again, pull through this one. Okay, I insert into the next loop, yarn over and pull through into the last loop, yarn over and pull through. Okay, again, yarn over, pull through into this one, yarn over, pull through into the last one, yarn over and pull through. Okay, so this is our cord. Again, yarn over, pull through. Make sure that when you pull the yarn, you don't pull it too hard so that you lose the stitch. Okay, again into the last and pull through. Okay, this is our handle. So I'm just going to continue up until I have about the height that I want for my crossbody bag, maybe about 1 meter or so, and then come back. Okay, so I've done the handle, so now we want to join it to the other side. So we have these 3 loops that we're working with. Okay, so I'm going to turn my cord so that it faces me like this. So I want to begin with this side, so I'm just going to pull up a loop here like that. Okay, so I have these 3 like this. Okay, so I'm going to insert my hook through here, grab the first one which is attached to the yarn, and then I'm going to pull it, and then I'm going to yarn over. Okay, now move on to the next. Okay, we have these 2, so now I insert my hook, then I insert again into the next loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through the 2 loops. Okay, insert through the hook again, through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop, and then the hook, yarn over, and then pull through. Okay, so it should be attached so that it becomes something like this. So I'm just going to pull through this and cut it and then fasten it off. Okay, so when fastening off, you're just going to bring this at the top, and then we're going to weave it inside the handle. Okay, until it is no longer visible. So we can start with this one. Right. Okay, so we're just going to continue just weaving it inside up until Okay, so I'm just going to continue in with both sides and then come back. So this is our crossbody bag and it's done. Okay, and this is the handle. Okay, if you want, you can put a button here, or you can attach a zipper there. It's still fine. I also have some other videos where I show you how to attach a button as well as a zipper. Thank you for watching Mayma's Crafts. Please do subscribe, like and comment and share for more videos. Thank you.